In building these characters with Sam, Uma, and Joe, first and foremost, with my background being a comedic background, I wanted them to understand that, they're in no way were we making a comedy, and in no way were we playing the jokes for jokes. So once we got that out of the way, there were countless discussions about the characters' past lives and the balance between, say, with Joe Manganiello's character, the brutality that he accesses quite readily, to the vulnerability the character has, and that is due to the reason why he's doing what he's doing. And then with Uma, the baseline for her character is really her morality and standing up for herself in the face of a former artist that she represented who was a misogynist, and maybe some of the wrong decisions that she had made that led her to get to this point. And with Sam, there were just countless discussions about where this guy, grew up and came from, and why he's doing what he was doing in his life. And really the movie is about choices that people make, and the bottom line for this movie is that really art and creativity can solve a lot of problems. So Liv Morgan was presented to me by Jordan Levine of Yale Productions. He's very good friends with her, and he asked that I take a meeting with her because she was expanding her talents from the wrestling ring to acting. And after meeting her, I thought she was very lovely, and I agreed to have her in the film, and I think she does a wonderful job in the movie. And the way I approached that was, as a new actor, right? Like, I think you prepare and you know your lines, which Liv did, but I don't think you're quite prepared for the chaos going on around you. And so I really just tried to talk to her while, the DP's doing his thing, and the crowd around them is doing their thing, and I just really wanted her to focus on the task at hand, and sort of helped her along with her lines. But I thought she was fantastic. Well, first things first, I knew that I wanted to use an anamorphic lens. And the reason being is I love anamorphic lenses for various reasons. I mean, they tend to have a more cinematic feel to them. But not only that, they have this idea of like, they breathe. And I technically I don't know how they do that, but with spherical lenses, they're very sharp and the edges are very sharp. And so for the elements of the film being about the art world, and I always say, when a great piece of art moves you, and whether it's a song or a painting or a drawing, you tend to like lose your breath for a moment there. And so anamorphic lenses lend themselves to the breath that this movie, I wanted it to have. And so that was really my decision and why I went with anamorphic lenses. But other than that, I used Goodfellas as inspiration. I that film I mean, it really is all about the mob, and so especially in the Italian restaurant, we created that painting of the angel eating the spaghetti, and that was based on a, Caravaggio, and so there's art all over this movie, whether it's, in the gallery or not, but I really wanted to have some movement in the film, and draw upon the fading of the lenses. I really wanted to play with that more, but we didn't have time. And so there were great many discussions and a lot of lookbooks thrown, back and forth, and moods and themes and shots of whatnot with my DP Bartos.